Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Bricks. Brick Shots with Billy Antonio.
For 50 more bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.
Welcome back, man. This is another episode of Brick Shots with Billy Antonio going live on our Facebook, on our YouTube, and Twitch. First things first, we got to talk about the NFL draft. We're going to talk about who won and who lost. We'll get into some NBA playoffs. But first, Tonio, we're going to take it to the Shedeur fall that everyone else is talking about. Now, we're 3 days into it, so we got to see some opinions. We got to see a bunch of stuff on Twitter, on Instagram. We've seen the whole shebang. But Tonio's about to break it down for us and let us know what, quote-unquote, went wrong or, quote-unquote, went right for a lot of people. Mostly wrong, I've seen, but again, you have your people who say, yes, I called this, blah, 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 blah. Tonio, what happened?
All right, man. So I'm gonna get started, Billy. This is shooter in there already. First off, work cam. He said he just pulled up shooter somewhere drunk. He said he was trying out a new beer. So I don't know what it is. He said he was coming on here with a surprise. So I think he done went and got some Blue Top vodka. So when he do get in here, it's probably gonna be rough.
One more time before you go in your rant, Tony, I want to give a quick shout out to Pete and Eric for adding me on Facebook. I don't think you're ready for the content that I tweet out. So just be ready for that.
Yeah, so this is one of those times, Billy, where let me first off saying I don't think racism played as big of a part as people think. I think this is where the machine got scared of a product. Take it slow and I'm serious tonight, Bill. The machine got scared of a product that was gonna come in and threaten the machine, Billy. And what do I mean? What do I mean by that? Well, we already seen a 5th round pick be the highest selling jerseys for out of the rookies already. Shedeur got the highest selling jersey. They just came out there, but he's a 5th rounder. You had Cam go first. You had Travis go first. You had Abdul Carter go first. Like you had people who were really good, but the 5th rounder is already outshining. And it's interesting, Billy, because what you see is a lot of people not seeing Shedeur as a starter. So what does that mean? You can't have a backup being bigger than the program, right? Exactly, right? So I don't see Shedeur as a backup. That's just me though. A lot of people, I don't see how the Johnny Unitas winner is a backup. Like the thing that bothers me is like the anonymous stories that we will never find out who made them up. Stop being cowards. Tell the truth. Like, hey, this dude is gonna bring a lot of attention to our franchise, and when we start losing, and our quarterback ain't doing that good, and it's gonna be a lot of chance that say, we got Shedeur, play him, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people ain't want to. There you go. A lot of people ain't want to deal with that, right? And that's just where we are. With that, that's just the truth. A lot of people ain't want to deal with reporters coming in that locker room and saying, "Hey, fuck Joe Flacco. I want to talk to Shedeur. Hey, Shedeur, how do you feel about not playing and y'all just lost by 40?" Like that's what people gonna say, and that's why he got passed on. That's why he got passed on, Billy. It ain't because of his talent. A lot of people said it's because of his talent, Billy. No, with the worst offensive line, I don't care how long he was holding the ball. I don't care about none of that. With the worst offensive line, he threw for 38 touchdowns, 4,000 yards, 9 interceptions. Well, Billy, I don't think those numbers are bad.
Okay.
I don't think so. And then they was like, well, he was arrogant. Well, Billy, let me present to you a little, history lesson on arrogant quarterbacks that the league love. Well,
Kansas, for some reason, decides that they're not going to shake his hand, and they continue to put their hands behind their back as continues to talk with Kansas defenders. So there's trash talking on both sides. A lewd gesture here to the crowd.
He also has one win. Go cheer on basketball.
Because of an errant throw.
Oof.
He'll pass here. Off the pump fake. Rolling out. Gets hit. Now he throws it over the middle. It's caught by Anderson. Inside the 10. And Anderson knocked out a play. Did he get in? He did. Touchdown. Mayfield rolling out. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. Mark Andrews, who himself has a bright
Caught
future.
that one, did he?
Look, he's just looking at the Kansas sideline.
Right there. Now that's
Inappropriate.
That's inappropriate.
Inappropriate.
And that right there, NFL GMs are going to see that.
You heard what he said? NFL GMs are going to see that. Hey, Billy or Chris or Cam, tell me what round Baker Mayfield went in.
The number 1 overall pick.
Okay, absolutely. Hey, tell me what natty he won.
None. Went to the college football playoff.
Okay, but did he win?
No.
His winning is everything, right? Yeah, but the dude said GM's gonna see that, but the GMs was like, shit, he grabbing his nuts, I grab my nuts, so let's play ball. Let's do that. So Shedeur come in with a little money, he flashy. Hey, he can't play football. That's too much for me. I'm arrogant. I don't like that. But let me introduce the other player.
Before you play another video, I know I said I'd let you go uninterrupted. Hey, appreciate the 5 guys looking in. Hey, talk to us about Shedeur. Let us know why you think he fell so far, and if you're agreeing with Tonio.
Don't interrupt me again. Fuck. Let me introduce witness number 2. Look, well, Trump grabbed pussies and his balls, so he do it all, Shooter. President, that's the president, Shooter. He grabbing everything he want to. That's the president. Just saying.
Stop.
The party episode. Yeah, we partying tonight? I felt like the harder I partied, the better that I played.
Yo,
Club, are you here?
I can't hear.
We can't hear you.
There's too much money in my fucking hand.
I can't hear you. Just answer it or not.
I'll call you back.
I'll call you back.
0 to 100. Real quick. Real fucking quick.
I ain't been sober. I'm a smoker. Afraid I want drink. I take on what Molly water. But we can't spell sober. But I roll up. When we roll up. Just be on a solo. Tell us smoking. And love drinking. And that's sober. For no reason. We can't spell sober. Y'all know us. We smoke sober. Watch me roll up. Cause I can't spell sober.
Billy. So we talk about arrogant, we talk about flashy, we talk about money. Does the party ever stop? We got it right there. Does the party ever stop? Hey, Cam or Billy, tell me what round Johnny Manziel went in?
First, man.
First round, right? But
Yeah.
I just don't believe that people just saying, Shedeur was ass, right?
Hey, didn't the Browns take both of them first round? They don't like they didn't like none of that.
Same
That's
owner though,
crazy.
right? Cam,
That's
same
crazy.
owner though, right? Same
Yeah.
owner though, right? But I it's the machine, Billy. It's the machine now, and now it's even to the point where we hearing that Kellen Moore said they didn't like his interview. Well, Billy, you a head coach in the NFL, and you scared because you scared because you think Deion gonna come threaten your job. Well, if you paid attention, Billy, I think Deion just inked a 5-year, $54 million deal. I don't think the NFL was in his purview, right? I don't think it was there. And then they say, well, Dennis Deion said he's gonna, keep his son going where he want to go. We can't do that. We can't have that. Why can't we?
What the Chargers said last night, I will admit I was a little surprised that they went public with that.
Will you be happy if the Chargers end up picking him on Saturday? Happy?
No. As far as reasons why, I'm not going to go there.
first choice in the 2004 NFL Draft, the San Diego Chargers select Eli Manning, quarterback, Mississippi.
You see now, he's getting booed all over the country.
Well, that's what's happened with this scenario here, and that's why Archie hastens, because what's happened is that now Eli is a villain.
How I found out I was traded to the Giants is I was kind of walking from interview to interview, saw a little kid just bust through the door. He goes, "Manning's been traded to the Giants." I go, "Is that true? Can anybody, follow this up? Is this real, or is this kid just saying it?"
San Diego Chargers and the New York Giants have exchanged their draft picks.
What'd you say, Eric? Oh, did you play Eric's comment, or did you put up Eric's comment?
No, I put up shooters just because it was going with the video.
Shout out to my dog, Eric.
What's up, Eric Rogers? Appreciate it.
Shador wasn't ass. But Dion did make comments. But we just seen Archie make that. And that black shit, I get it, but they can't do that, bro. It's 2025. Like, you can't do it and get away with it. They did it. We saw it, but they were scared. Kellen Moore was scared, Billy. Like, he was scared. And now you got shit like this, how I know people hating. This shit like this getting tweeted out, Billy. Who the fuck in America won? Because Shador didn't get that. That's dumb as fuck. That's stupid. That's stupid. Like, people hating on Dion, but Billy, what's the difference? What's the difference? And I get it, bro. Like, but we all seen collusion, Billy, and it's bad. It's bad because it didn't work. Like, it didn't work. Like, people were mad because he was still out of there. They was just calling him ass, Billy, calling him ass, saying Travis was the only reason why he looked good. Billy, answer me this. What the? So if they had the most and other people had 2 receivers go, but they had 4 go, yeah. Was Travis throwing the ball back there? I'm pretty sure he could have, but he wasn't. I just don't get it, bro. I don't get it. And then you got shit like this. People immediately playing shit like this. Chris Sennett, he brought it up to me. Hey, it's a whole a satire page dedicated to making Shador look bad. He just missed out on $50 million, Billy. $50 million because of shit like this. And then how you know it was collusion, Billy? This happened. Shit like this happened. Now, everybody's saying, oh, people get pranked all the time. Well, if somebody buy a phone just for the draft a day before and they only send it to the GMs and to the coaches, and the NFL had to quickly clean it up and be like, oh, we fined Atlanta $250,000 and then the DC $100,000, which I'm pretty sure Ark the Blank rich as fuck. So he gonna cover that shit. Like, he just gonna pay the fine for both of them. But come on, Billy, you mean to tell me, like, bro, and like, I don't give a fuck. We ain't drafting him. He ain't on our draft board. Let me drop the number, bro. It's definitely bad. It's definitely bad, Billy. It was the worst shit we had seen. And the only reason why they did it was because, Billy, they needed to make a story. They needed to make a story about the NFL draft being boring, Billy. The numbers went up 40%. The views went up 40% from last year because Shador was still waiting. So you got people tuning in just to see Shador. So the NFL fucked them over, then capitalized on it at the same time. Like, hey, we gonna keep watching. If he would have jumped, exactly, and it didn't work. It didn't work, Billy. It just didn't work. I just like Cam, fix your goddamn phone.
I don't know what's going on.
what it is tonight. Bud Ice, Bud Light, Natty.
You want me to tell you why you're wrong yet, Antonio? Or you
Not
still
yet.
got more?
Not yet, because
right.
Chris, and I ain't wrong. Look at the numbers; they speak for themselves. I'm not wrong. 40%.
I mean, we tried to talk about this with you. All right.
Who the fuck watched the draft past the third round other than you, Billy?
No.
Exactly. Chris, you said, hey, I watched the first at work, got off the show. I didn't give a fuck no more.
I also told you I was still keeping up with it to see when Shedeur got drafted.
Exactly. But that's the only reason to keep with Shedeur. So I need for people to stop saying he ass. I need for people to stop saying it's Deion. Like, because Shooter, main one, I know you be trolling, but Shooter was like, it's because of his daddy. What the fuck? What Deion got to do with the goddamn? Yeah, thank you, Eric. I know I ain't wrong. You know, gang shit, no lying shit. I know I'm not wrong, bro. It don't make sense. It don't make sense. And there's nothing you can say to me, Chris, to tell me I'm wrong. Like, there's no way that you think Tyler Shutt is better than fucking Shedeur. You got Saints fans out here doing shit like this, Chris. So what's the fucking biscuit, Chris? That's who he does.
It's my offering.
For those who can't see the video, he ordered a whole box of Popeye's biscuits and threw the water out the window.
I'm tired. Options are few. I'm trying to pray, but where are you? I'm all churched out, hurt and abused. I can't fake what's left to do. Come on. Truth is I'm weak. No strength.
Billy, come on, bro.
Real quick, Tony. Hey, big shout out to Sporty.clips3. Appreciate that. That was a great video. Number two, hey, the 5 people we got in. I know Shooter's already talked about it. I know Eric gave us a rundown. Hey, let us know why Shedeur fell. Keep going, Tony.
I don't. If y'all say anything other than Shedeur got hold and make it his fault because he was just Shedeur, Deion Sanders, prime time, the man, Deion, prime. How the fuck we expected him to act? How the fuck? Why we want him to act different? Because Eli was a fucking, and he was my quarterback. But Eli was a fucking quarterback. He was a fucking looked like, I can't say what he looked like on the sideline because we'll get canceled. But he was over there looking like that. That's why he too dumb looking for us to not draft him. That's what it was. That's fucked up.
You didn't know that's where he was going, Billy? Come on now.
Yeah, you know what the fuck I was saying. I can't get it. I can't get it. Kevin Stefanski ain't going nowhere, bro. Dang, he ain't going nowhere to shoot. So I just don't get it, bro. And we gotta be real, bro. You know this, just like I do this. Jack, I told you Dart was gonna go early, Billy, but he didn't do better than Shedeur last year. With a better offensive line, with a way better defense. We was a way better team than Colorado. That's me stamping that. But Shooter knows, just like I know, like every old Miss fan know, we watched this motherfucker throw not 1, not 2, but 3 back-to-back fucking picks that kept us out the playoffs. It kept us out the playoffs. And we seen him do that. We didn't look good against top defenses. Well, Shedeur was consistent against every defense with being knocked the fuck around. So tell me why I'm wrong, Chris. I'm waiting.
So before I even get started on the counterpoints, I do want to say, and I'm pretty sure I said this on the show numerous times, I do think Shedeur was either first or second best quarterback in the class. So this isn't any hate on his ability. I think at his best, he could be borderline, fringy, top 10 quarterback in the league. But just going off the counterpoints, so First and foremost, I agree it's definitely not a race thing. The last 3 first-round picks have all been black quarterbacks, with Cam Ward this year, Caleb Williams last year, and Bryce Young the year before that.
Caleb Williams.
4 years ago.
Hey, hold on, Chris. He
4 years ago was a black lineman.
So I don't know.
Hold on.
You got to go back to.
I don't know
if Caleb Williams got pulled over in the car.
It's my turn.
My fault.
All right.
You painted his fingernails. You can get your nails done with a clip, but I just.
So the other point, as far as off the field issues, we've seen in the NFL, off the field issues don't matter as long as your talent supersedes your off the field issues, regardless of what the issues are. Abdul Carter went 3rd overall. He assaulted a fucking tow truck driver that was coming to pick up his car last year. Henry Ruggs, as soon as he walks out of prison, I think next year, if he can still run a 4.3, he'll get signed the day after he walks out. Michael Vick served a sentence for killing 100 different puppy dogs.
First of all,
starting quarterback right away.
He didn't do shit to those dogs.
I don't give a shit who killed him. He served time. He came into the league as soon as he got out because he was that talent. So to me, what this tells me is that the NFL GMs, right or wrong, saw Shedor's game tape and said he's not a starting level quarterback. And at that point, it's what you said, Tonio, where nobody wants a celebrity backup for the exact reasons you mentioned. If you have somebody who's coming in and being asked all the questions when your starting quarterback is essentially being ignored, that's gonna kill team morale. It's gonna create friction in the locker room, and the guy is on your bench. He's your backup. He's not gonna contribute to winning.
Can't do this.
What is that supposed to mean?
Vic wasn't home. I was. Yeah.
And as far as the Dion issue, I can't think of an example in football where it happened, but I know in basketball we just had the whole the Ball family. He was doing all sorts of podcasts. He was all sorts of outspoken. Lonzo went number 2 overall in the draft. LaMelo went number 3 or 4 overall in the draft.
Where Jello went?
He was a scrub, which is kind of my point. If you have the talent, he went undrafted in the NBA.
Jello got in trouble though. That's why he can go.
Jello.
He was stealing cologne. He was telling steal cologne.
He stole glasses, and he was always meant to be a rapper.
Yeah, he did make a hit.
He did though. It's straight. It's straight.
But go ahead.
He made a hit.
Off the field issues, whether it's behavioral, whether it's ego, whether it's loudmouth parents. If you have the talent, your talent's always going to overcome all that shit. As far as collusion goes, it's the most important position on the field. That is true. They both said they might need a new agent, which, I mean, that's another point we can kind of get into. But my main point is it's all about talent in professional sports leagues. If you got the talent, what's that thing we always bring up that Mike Tomlin says? Something like, I'll put up with you as long as your talent is bigger than your problems or whatever it is.
Yep.
So whether we agree or not, the NFL GMs and executives and all that shit told you what they thought of Shedeur. They don't think he's a starting caliber quarterback. And at that point, why am I going to draft a celebrity backup that I know going in on day one, I don't want to be competing for my starting job because I don't think he's good enough to win it?
Well, he going to be competing now. The Browns got a bunch of old niggas.
But is he? Signed Joe Flacco, traded for Kenny Pickett, drafted Gabriel 2 rounds before him.
I think he got a chance
playing this year, but he should be back next year.
No, they're going to cut Watson. He's not going to play this year. They're going to take the $32 million loss. That's why they got 2 quarterbacks.
I mean, maybe. The owners already shit on him too, but even still, going in with 4 quarterbacks to start the year, when's the last time an NFL team broke camp with 4 quarterbacks? They're not giving up on Gabriel because they spent a 3rd-round pick on him. So are they going to give up the 5th-round pick that they traded for to get Kenny Pickett or the 5th-round pick that they drafted in Shedeur? Shedeur will probably break camp with the team just because Jimmy Haslam's not going to let him go anywhere else and be a star. So Pickett will probably be gone. But, I mean, still, is he really going to have a chance to win that job?
Well, see, and this where that Bible verse I told you I have for you, Billy. Isaiah 61:7. It say, instead of shame.
Hold on, Isaiah 61. What?
61:7. It's instead of shame and honor, which they try to do to him, I'm paraphrasing, you will enjoy a double share of honor. You will possess double portion of prosperity in your land, and everlasting joy will be yours. Well, Chris, this is what I think. Joe Flacco is 40 years old, right? Yeah. He's 40. And he's been good, but he's 40. We only seen one quarterback past 40 do amazing in the league. By the time Peyton Manning got to 40, the Broncos defense was carrying him, and his offensive line was literally carrying him on the field. He was broke. Tom Brady, the only person that produced and got a ring after 40. So we ain't gonna see too many more Tom Brady. Second of all, Kenny Pickett, they just decline his pickup option. He's out of there. Dylan Gabriel,
you're not gonna pay a backup $30 million.
I mean, I get it, but he out of there.
Who you think gonna start in Cleveland?
Well, I'm telling you, breaking it down for you, Cam. Flacco too old. I just said that. Pickett's gone. They're gonna get something for him. Probably a little running back or something. And then Dylan Gabriel was on the highest paid team, even more money than Ohio State, and he was below average.
Not more money than Ohio State.
And he's been in college 8 years.
That's true. No, there wasn't more money than Ohio State. Ohio State had the most money.
Okay, well, they number 2 because they got that Nike bread.
I was just throwing.
But how old is he though?
Dylan Gabriel 24, 25.
I think Dylan Gabriel was 26.
So he just like the guy from
He just like the dude you just seen with the Truth Is I'm Tired video. He gonna throw the ball on the handed too because he old, knees hurt.
Old and beat up. Don't
so
go ahead, baby.
So Tonio, I wanted you to have your whole space. We talked about it before the show. I really wanted to give you that, and I really wanted to see where you were coming with that. Now, first of all, with Eric's comment, Colorado had no run game, no O-line, and still that team further than they've been in forever, right? Again, yes, in a long time. So 35 years. They won a national championship in 1990. Again, 35 years ago. I'm not saying it's recent. I'm not saying any of that. I don't see how you're doubting his skill. Me, Tonio, you know this. I've been a Shedeur fan. We've stayed up. We've talked about the Colorado games. I told you before the draft started, Shedeur is the best quarterback in this draft.
Mel Kiper did too for 45 straight minutes. Wanted to put that out.
So also with that, I want to say I watched the NFL Network for rounds 1 and rounds 2 and 3 because Mike Greenberg is not on the 4 through 7 rounds. So I watched ESPN for the 4 through 7 because fucking Mike Greenberg is a fucking atrocious person. He always throws his own comments in there, and he's a fucking nobody. He's a journalist. Rich Eisen does the best, and he's always like, hey, Daniel Jeremiah, who's actually played the game, talk to me. Hey, Mike Mayock, who's been a GM, talk to me. Let's do it this way. Now, Tonio, there was a Heisman winner, okay? A Heisman winner also went 5th in the draft. Shedeur went 5th. Shedeur did not. He came in 3rd in the Heisman, I believe, or was it 2nd?
Who in the Heisman? Shedeur came in 5th in the Heisman.
Was it 5th? Okay, all right. So I got a Heisman winner.
But he did win the Johnny Unitas that says I'm the best quarterback in college.
No, 100%. And so did this guy. He won the Johnny Unitas and the Heisman. All right, hold on. We were talking about a guy. I'm not gonna give the name yet. 2,542 yards, 30 touchdowns, and 6 interceptions.
It's Troy Smith.
Shut up, Chris. Hold on a second.
That's the last one that I can think of. That was like the last year NCAA college football was out. I think the year after he was drafted.
No, it went on 5 years after he was drafted. So no, that's not right. But 2,542 yards, 30 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, 611 rushing yards, and 11 rushing touchdowns. That was the Heisman winner. Went 5th to the Baltimore Ravens. That's Troy Smith. Okay.
Yeah, that's definitely
Yeah, that's Troy Smith. I just want to break down the numbers for you. Shedeur Sanders, 4,000 yards. I don't have his exact yards because I was listening to you, Sonia. You said 4,000 something.
4,234 yards.
4,230. Okay, with 38 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. Okay. great move. 2,136 yards, 20 touchdowns, 4 interceptions with 583 rushing yards. Dennis Dixon. That's Dennis Dixon's numbers for the Oregon Ducks.
Oregon.
Okay. Now, I'm going to break it down to you, Tonio. Is the Big 12 a good conference in college football? Yes or no?
No.
No, right? Okay. That's all I need from no, right? The Pac-12 at that time had 4 of the top 10 teams when Dennis Dixon got those numbers. He was drafted in the 5th round as well. Now, Oklahoma Sooners quarterback won the Heisman. His name was Jason White. Where did he go in the draft? Undrafted. A Heisman winner, undrafted. He's the only Heisman winner who's ever gone undrafted in the NFL. Now, he had a lot of knee injuries. Shedeur has had 0 injuries his whole career. Thank God. I'm so happy for Shedeur. He's never had to deal with that. Now.
Broke his back.
Huh?
His back literally got broken in 2023.
Did he still play?
No. They sat him down for like the last 3 games of the season, 4 games. But he made it through 80% of the season. So yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm about to throw a bunch of numbers, Tonio, and you can tell me if this is wrong or not. And I know that I'm right. So this player played 3 straight years in college football, all right? And he also played in the Big 12, but he played in the Big 12 when there was Texas and Oklahoma in this conference. His first year, his sophomore year, he had 4,500 yards. His junior year had 5,700 yards. And hold on, who?
Keenum?
No. And the Houston wasn't in the Big 12 yet. And then his senior year, he had 5,100 yards. Okay. The 4,000-yard season, 38 touchdowns, 11 picks. The 5,700-yard season, he had 48 touchdowns, 14 picks. His senior year, he had 5,100 yards with 45 touchdowns and 9 interceptions. He has 8 NCAA records. All right. Where did this guy go in the draft, Tonio?
Undrafted. No, you said wait, I thought you just said he didn't win a Heisman?
No, he didn't win a Heisman. No. I just gave you a stat. Didn't win a Heisman. Went undrafted. And before I say his name, why did this guy go undrafted? I just gave you 3 amazing seasons. 3 seasons better than Shedeur Sanders.
Was he black?
No.
Okay, I had to check.
Where you play it?
He played at Texas Tech. Graham Harrell.
Graham Harrell was that dude.
Okay. All right. I'm glad that you said that. Now, has 8 NCAA records. So, Eric's comment right here. Colorado had no run game, no offensive line, and took that team further than they've ever been before. I don't see how you're doubting his skill. Now, again, I said Shedeur is the best quarterback in this draft. I just need to make that clear. Shedeur is the best quarterback in this draft, better than Cam Ward. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Okay? Shedeur is the best quarterback in this draft. Now, Texas Tech. How many conference championships does Texas Tech have? Conference championships does Texas Tech have?
Probably none.
11. How many conference championships? And hold on. Wall, this is Graham Harrell, right? They won a conference championship with him. Now, Colorado, how many conference championships do they have?
Probably like 4.
19.
God damn.
Okay, hold on. I'm not done. Texas Tech's win-loss record of all time for 93 seasons. Texas Tech is 524 and 460. Colorado, for 123 college football seasons, they're 679 and 521. Okay, we bring up a lot of stuff, and I'm going to get to Eric's comment in 1 second. Now, with that, Texas Tech is a shittier program. Chris is the one with the T-hat.
Billy is the one that do the show with me, and Chris is the Texas hat, and Cam is the drunk.
Chris also literally said before I gave my little diatribe on it that I thought he was potentially a future top fringe 10 quarterback in the league.
I like that word you just used.
Now, Tonio, Second thing, we talked about Jackson Dart's not better than Shedeur. We know that. Now, I'm going to raise you one more time. Did Jackson Dart, and I just needed a yes or no, did Jackson Dart play better teams than Shedeur Sanders?
Of course.
Okay.
I knew he was going.
I know you did. Now, Jackson Dart played better competition. His worst game was against what? Against who?
Georgia, South Carolina.
No, he played pretty good against Georgia.
No, he didn't. He only had. I sent you the numbers. I told you. No, I was arguing with Shooter.
That wasn't me.
No, it was Shooter.
Okay, hold on. Let's say Jackson Dart's worst game was against who? This is worst game was against
Florida.
Florida
was against Florida. Those are those 3 interceptions. Tonio, you and I talked about it when we talked about Ole Miss in that college football playoff. Jackson Dart threw 3 straight interceptions. It should have been 4 straight, but one of them was dropped. Right? Do you remember that? What was Shedeur's worst game? Against who?
Probably Kansas. No, Kansas.
Kansas.
Yeah.
How much better is Florida than Kansas? A lot.
Florida's pretty ass. Not gonna lie, they pretty ass. Now, if they play and lined up against Kansas, I think they would beat Kansas by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. All right. That was the second thing. Now, with the Tebow effect, right? We did talk about your backup quarterbacks, and I love that you covered that part because that is a big thing. If Shedeur is getting drafted, is there not pressure on whatever organization drafted him, regardless if they took him in the 7th, 6th, 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, or 1st round? Is there not any pressure to start Shedeur Sanders as soon as that starting quarterback fucks up?
Absolutely.
I mean, but this is the thing, and that's why.
Yes or no?
Don't talk to me like that.
Where's the pressure? Yes or no? Is there pressure?
Man, you need to. Hey, don't talk. Turn your hat back around.
Tonio, I gave you fucking 26 minutes.
Yes, bro. Yes, bro.
Okay. Yes. Right. There is that pressure to start Shedeur. If you only drafted Dylan Gabriel, is there any pressure to start Dylan Gabriel?
Nope.
Don't nobody even know
Not a star
on the team no more. See, that's what it did sound like that. It did sound like that. I killed it.
Whoa. Hold on. Stop. See, this is where the show gets out of hand. I
didn't say it this time.
You motherfuckers out here.
I mean, this was one thing I wanted to bring up just while it's on the subject. Tonio, you shit on Patrick Mahomes for shit that his wife and his brother say, and he's the best fucking quarterback in the league.
It looked like it did.
Like Shedeur at best is going to be what somewhere between 20 to 30 as a rookie if he plays week 1.
No.
You say what?
No.
Somewhere between the 20th and the 30th best quarterback if he plays week 1.
Did you not just see? Ooh, you got it. You got it.
No. Cam,
if he played, damn, Cam got off. If he played week 1, Shedeur gonna be top 15.
Yes.
I don't, Chris.
Let's just say top 15. That's Kirk Cousins level. Kirk Cousins, Dak Prescott level, somewhere around there.
I keep telling you, think I'm bullshit when I tell you I like Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins go out there and do what he needs.
I know he was on your top 5 list like my first year on the show. So here's what I'm saying.
No, that was mine. Chill out.
Whoever it was. Say you think he's the 15th best quarterback starting week 1 in the NFL this upcoming year.
Yeah.
With all the shit he's got off the field, whether like it's nothing serious, but again, like the shit with Patrick Mahomes ain't nothing serious. It's just added noise. It's added bullshit off the field.
I mean, when your wife saying fried chicken, that's kind of fucked up. It's a little fucked up. Your brother dancing on Sean Taylor's memorial, that's a little fucked up. Deion just talking about Deion shit.
But it's all shit that ain't got nothing to do with Pat specifically. It's all Pat adjacent. All the Shedeur shit is Shedeur adjacent.
So you don't like the way Shedeur carried himself, don't you saying?
No, I don't care.
I mean, that's one of
Again,
the
I'm
reasons.
talking like
That's one
I'm
of the
trying to
reasons.
explain why he fell. I don't give a
That's
fuck about how
one of
he
the reasons
acts.
they say he failed. That ain't like his way he carried himself.
No, so
Yeah,
They
that's
didn't
what
like
I'm
that he
saying.
was confident.
that is
Me personally, I don't give a fuck. I'm saying as NFL executives trying to explain why he fell down the draft and bringing up Antonio, like he shits on the best quarterback in the league because of the off the field shit that isn't
But I
him,
don't
but
sit
it's
on
associated with him.
I don't sit on his play though. I ain't never said that he wasn't talented. I know he the best quarterback.
Antonio,
in the league.
the only ones shitting
But
on his
NFL
play
executives-
are idiots on Twitter. I don't
No.
think there's
No, Billy, they literally saying his talent don't stand out for him to get drafted high. That's shitting on him. That's shitting on his play.
Hey, was he the best? Y'all say he the best quarterback in this draft?
I said
Absolutely.
he's the best quarterback.
Eric, you ain't
I
say
think
nothing.
So that
yeah.
means he was like Johnny Manziel then, right? So all that.
No,
other shit
no,
shouldn't
no,
matter.
no,
No. This is what I'm saying. That means like all that other stuff shouldn't matter then, right? If he was the best quarterback this year, right?
Johnny Manziel
Manziel
went to the
beat
SEC
Alabama.
championship.
Hey, listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Johnny Manziel was the best quarterback in that draft, right?
No.
Who was better than him?
In the Johnny Manziel draft in the 2012, I believe. Give me 1 second, Cam.
You missing my point.
Keep going. No, we'll keep going with your point.
My point was if you're the best quarterback in that draft, all that other stuff shouldn't matter. He should never fell to round 5, no matter what.
I mean, what
No matter if I'm talking about changing the culture,
draft,
no matter I'm talking about changing the culture, no matter how you feel about my daddy. I should never feel that far.
Kenny Pickett wasn't the best quarterback in this draft. That's still the dumbest. That's still the Steelers still did the dumbest shit I've ever seen. Drafted him.
They should have took Shadur. That was crazy.
No, I ain't even talking about that. I'm talking about Kenny Pickett. Taking Kenny Pickett because he played at the University of Pittsburgh.
That
That was
I
stupid.
liked it. I liked it.
That's stupid. That's stupid. Kenny Pickett didn't. Matt kept saying if he can throw 10 touchdowns, they'll he never made the 10. That's stupid. But going back,
Kenny Pickett, Desmond Ridder, Malik Willis. Kenny Pickett is the best quarterback in that draft. Like it's levels to the drafts, and we all know this. So just because Shador might have been the best quarterback in this draft, doesn't mean he's automatically that guy.
Them the only 3 quarterbacks that was in that draft.
Them were the only 3 quarterbacks that went in the first 3 rounds. Oh, and Matt Corral for Carolina.
Matt Corral's better than all of them.
Yes.
He just got hurt. Matt Corral better than all of them.
Cam, you know what?
That was just a rebuttal to
I know
Cam
I'm right.
talking about
I
that.
know I'm right. I know I'm right.
Johnny Manziel was probably the best quarterback in that draft.
I know I'm right.
But Billy, to go back at your Dart shit, right?
Yeah.
And like I said, Shooter, we Ole Miss fans. I want Dart to be great. I don't dislike Dart, but against you saying Shador worst game against Kansas, but
yes,
against South Carolina, like I said, Oklahoma and Georgia, Dart only had 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. How is that playing amazing?
It's not playing amazing. That's the thing. With Shador, he had to play amazing, right? Jackson Dart, you're playing a better team. Insert any SEC team over
Billy, see, but this is the thing. Like I'm telling you, we had a top defense in college, not just in the SEC.
No,
but
yeah. No,
we beat Georgia because of defense. We was
Right.
only at
100%.
we beat all these teams because of defense, dog. And
And
Shooter
we
not
won because Jackson Dart didn't lose the game, right? Jackson Dart didn't lose that game for you guys.
threw a pick. So he could have lost one of them games.
Right. But against Florida, he lost that game for Ole
did.
Miss.
He did.
Yes.
We never gonna talk about that because nobody, like I told you.
And Shador never lost a game for Colorado, right?
No.
Never. Even the Kansas game, which was bad, it wasn't his fault they lost.
It was his worst game. He had 3 tugs and 370 yards.
But he had 3 picks, I believe, right?
No, he had 1 interception.
No.
Was that the game that he got sacked like 34 times?
I think he got sacked it was crazy. It was like 11.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's look it up real quick. What was Shador's stats against Kansas?
But I just don't. There's no way, and you could say it, but there's no way Tyler Shador. Even if I don't care about Jackson Dart, I don't care about Cam Ward. And according to college ball, Shador was better than both of them because he got the award, right? College deemed him the best quarterback in the draft, right?
Shador is the best. Why?
I mean, they saying he the best quarterback. They
ball.
just didn't like the answers he brought. That's all it was.
And then
that's all it was. They didn't like he was a confident black man. They didn't like he was trying to train the coach. That's all it was. You know how they go, man. They hate that, man. They want you to be no sir, yes sir, no man.
They want you to be the right type of black person. Is that what
they want you to be a house nigga? First overall in his draft, and he talked about he wanted to be a celebrity or some shit before he even got drafted. So
see, and Billy, and this is the thing that made me mad about it. A lot of people comparing this shit to that's the already rich part is the part, Eric.
You don't think Cam Newton was rich as fuck?
College? Come on, he's stealing fucking laptops. No, I don't think he's rich. Not Shador rich. Shador going.
He didn't come from money. Cam Newton didn't come from money like Shador.
Yeah, that's true. That's true too, though.
And Shador out here modeling with Pharrell. You don't think he getting the bag? When he was in Jackson, Mercedes-Benz was his fucking sponsor. He got a Nike deal, Chris.
How many national? Hey, does anybody know? Just let me ask the show and let me ask the listeners. I know we got 2 people in right now. How many national commercials was Shador in? Does anybody know?
Oh, no,
I know he got the Gatorade one. I know he got.
Wasn't he in Burger King or some shit too?
He got a lot of
KFC. 5. Shador had 5 national commercials.
I wasn't gonna guess the chicken shit, Billy. Come on now. I already get a bad rap on the show.
I feel you. You didn't want to just throw that out there. I got you. But so it's 5. It's KFC, Gatorade, Nike, Celsius, and I'm forgetting the last one. He had one more.
Hey, y'all keep saying racist shit and Cam keep leaving.
Cam's over it.
Every time y'all say some racist shit, Cam get up out of it.
He did have a KFC sponsor though, right?
He did because the whole family sponsor like that.
The whole family. Bucky was even in that one. And with that, that's why I do think GMs look at it and they're like, we don't want to deal with a player like this because even though he's the best, let's say hypothetically too, right? Let's say he went first.
They dealt with Johnny Manziel.
Johnny Manziel didn't go first overall.
Huh?
Well, my breakdown. How is KFC funny, Eric? That was literally his sponsor.
I'm saying though, Johnny Manziel was doing all that. He had the money. He was the guy. He was the party animal. They already knew he was.
Came for money. Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying. And Cleveland Browns took him. So that's crazy.
Okay, let me ask you this. Do y'all not think the legendary setup had anything to do with anything? Y'all don't think that was a negative light in any which way?
No,
I think it comes down to talent at the end of the day.
The legendary setup that Shador had. Christian, get your ass on. Stop.
I mean, he was a screamer too, so that's what screamers do. Like they do that. Like he screamed the thing. Like that's what they do.
Billy,
they cater to the.
They said months ago,
occasion.
We not going to Green Bay. We gonna do something for Colorado, right? In Colorado.
Yeah.
They already said that. So now the setup was dope for a first round pick who should have been took in the first round. That shit was dope. And like I said, Shador gonna catch more flack now because they tried to buck break him, Billy. I know you don't know what the fuck that mean, but they tried to do it. They tried, and the definition.
No, I know.
The definition is for black dudes with egos. They tried to do that. This is just modern day doing that.
They're trying to humble him.
Yeah, but why are you humbling him? Who the fuck want a fucking humble quarterback? We seen all them come out.
This is why I brought up Cam.
Brady Quinn, humble ass.
Tom Brady, humble.
Tom Brady wasn't humble.
Get the fuck out of here.
Are you lying?
How is he humble?
Okay, hold on. I just don't want to be
when he first got drafted. Yeah, he was.
What? Hey,
he was yes sir, no sir, whatever you need, sir.
Let's keep it a buck then. When Tom Brady first got drafted, he wasn't even fucking. He played the last.
He was Tom Brady then. He was
Tom Brady went and learned from Drew. A lot of people that's fake fucking Patriot fan, Pete, Bebe, they don't even know who the fuck Drew Bledsoe is. But Tom went and learned from Pete.
He's the guy that almost got murdered on the football field.
Exactly. That's the one who roasted the fuck out of Tom Edison.
Shit was funny too.
But I was learning from him, and then Billy, he just became a dog. Like in the NFL. And
I'm saying
Billy, no, Tom Brady's not home. Like when he first came in, sure, because I went in the 6th round because
what's Julian Edelman's story?
We're talking about when he's first coming in, though. That's the point.
What was the story? What was the story when Julian Edelman got drafted when he met Tom Brady? What was the first thing Julian Edelman said?
Hi, my name's Tom. We know who the fuck you are. You got 3 Super Bowls.
But
that's the quote unquote humbleness that you're looking for your quarterback, right?
Billy. Tell me this. Tell me this. Do you think LeJohntay?
Eric, that's a good. That's good money. That's money.
But
Eric. Hold on. Go ahead, Tonio.
Do you think Shedeur went like that? You pay attention to the draft party. Y'all been there 3 years now, 4 years now. Recipe Dolph. Well, guess who Shedeur been taking care of since Dolph died? Trey, his son. He got him there with his mama, with his sister.
Yeah,
that's not a humble dude. You don't think he got Justin Mayers there showing him every day to get him a fucking draft look, Billy? What do you mean?
I'm look. See, now it's getting paid. I'm not saying.
I'm talking to you, so that's why I'm saying you. I'm not saying you.
No, I know. But what I'm coming from also with it is. Look at
who's the one that's choosing these players in the draft? This is kind of the best way to talk about it. We talked about this in the group chat.
Thank you, Chris. Old white dudes do not. I don't think they understand yet. I think with NIL they are going to understand. These old white men don't understand the quote unquote not right black man. Tonio, we've talked about this in the Navy, right? That where there are black people that are the quote unquote right type of black people, right?
I don't know. I've never been one of those. Me and Harry caused havoc on the boat.
B1 Taylor. Hold on. B1 Taylor. He was the quote unquote, and you said this 100 times, is the quote unquote right type of black.
He kept me from going to Matt. Shout out to Taylor.
Well, there was a lot of pieces that went into that. Yes. So, hey, shout out to Kuntz too, because Kuntz was trying to get old buddy off, and we were like, stop. Now, do you not think that it is scary for this old white man to take the quote unquote risk of having Deion Sanders criticize you every day, every week? Is that not?
That's the thing. I think you're a fucking coward. Deion got his own program to run. Why the fuck are you worried about what Deion's saying? And Colorado literally got to be good.
Cause I seen they said today they didn't want to do that because they think Deion to take their job.
That's a pussy. That's a pussy. You're a pussy.
That is a pussy move. Yes, that is a pussy move. Now, if it's coming from the owner, is it a pussy move?
Yeah, he a pussy too.
Every NFL owner is a pussy. All of them.
Not Robert Kraft.
Not up in Green Bay, cuz I got stock in that.
Robert Kraft get pussy.
I got stock in that. Not in Green Bay.
Okay.
Not in Green Bay. Not in Green Bay. I got stock in that.
Yeah, but you and the 100 other thousand, you tell me ain't none of those.
Hey, I'm on it, cuz.
We still talking about Deshaun Watson with his massage cases. They still talking about Justin Tucker. You know who they not talking about? Robert Kraft. Cause we just paid a check.
Also Robert Kraft, I feel like is so empathetic. His wife died. That's a piece to her. He just wanted a little something. A little something. I'll never be upset with Robert Kraft. Now, J Tuck, I'm upset with. Deshaun Watson, I'm upset with. You could go get something. Mr. Kraft, he was just trying to get a little tug.
Hey, if you a confident young man, they hate you. But if you out here rubbed on it, yin yang, hey, sweep this on the rug, keep it going.
You know how I know this shit was bad and I should have drafted it? The president was like, hey, what the fuck going on? It's gonna be a Shedeur bill, bro. hey, bro, y'all get a quarterback that's good. Y'all gonna draft that motherfucker. I'm gonna shut the NFL down. The NFL gonna get
Trump took time out his golf game. Realized he ain't win yet. Had to make that tweet. Get back to golf. He seen it. He know what was up.
He was like,
he's on hole 6. Like, what the fuck's going on?
Bro, out here tweeting the Secretary of Defense to put our fucking war plans out, and he still stopped to be like, hey, Shador not drafted. What the fuck is wrong with y'all owners?
Maybe he sent the Secretary of the Navy first. He probably sent that one first, and then was like, oh, and
so the shit bad, bro. But we talked about Shador for a long time. I think, like I told you, Cam, and like I'm saying, I'm standing on it, Chris. Shador has the chance to be the best player and the only starter out of the rookies because I told Shooter this.
No.
Cam is starting week 1.
I told Shooter this. They talking. See the reports coming out about them liking Buddy Will Levis in Tennessee more and more. I don't think he start week 1. I don't think Cam start week 1. Joe Flacco, 53 years old. That's
he gonna start. They're gonna let
Joe Flacco also
Joe
had a great year with
weeks.
Stefanski though.
Then they're gonna transition away from him.
Tonio, the odds go. Joe Flacco starts for starting quarterbacks in Cleveland is Joe Flacco, Deshaun Watson, and then Shador's third, and then Dylan Gabriel's. Dylan Gabriel's plus 1,000. I took that bet today at the Bow.
I don't think Gabriel has a shot in hell to start. I think if it's not Flacco, it'll be Pickett week 1. If Shador gets in, it probably won't be till the midway point of the season.
Chris, you just said it. Somebody got to get cut.
Yeah, Pickett's getting traded, 100%.
They're gonna let old man Joe go.
No,
I think Deshaun Watson out of there too.
No, Deshaun Watson's next year, man. Because if they cut him this year, it's negative $72 million. If they cut him next year, it's or if they cut him this year, $72 million. If they cut him next year, it's only $24 million.
How do you block somebody?
Who is BLA? What's BLA?
Get the fuck out of get Eric the fuck out of the chat.
What's BLA?
BLA. Fuck you. Yeah, the Lakers is about to win. Take it easy.
Oh yeah, man. No.
But Billy,
yes,
let me ask you something. Getting off Shador, what I've been telling you, what I told you about the playoffs and how it should be, and how it's about to be. Who should get automatic berths? Or first of all, tell me which conferences had the most players drafted.
The SEC.
Followed by who?
The Big Ten?
The Big Ten, Billy. So when the Big Ten and the SEC was complaining about not getting 4 automatic playoff berths,
yeah,
they was right, Billy.
No, they weren't.
Over 60% of the NFL draft came from the SEC with 79 players, followed by the Big Ten.
Man, you know where to go to get talent at.
With 71 players.
It ain't no dogs. It ain't no dogs on defense.
They are going to – the NCAA is going to see this, and they're going to say, all right, we got to have a 14-team draft. I mean, a 14-team playoff because both of these conferences got to get 4 berths apiece because the best players are coming from these conferences. And before you huff and puff, that still give them outside conferences a chance to get at least 2 teams in if they're really, really good.
Yeah.
So we're going to go.
No, Tonio, it's going to stay 12. It's going to be 4 SEC, 4 Big Ten, 2 of the other cats, 2 of another cat. That's
I like how they did this year. Leave it alone.
They're not going to do that, Cam.
No, Cam, they need to go to 4. They really, honestly need to go to 4. That's what it should be.
You can't go to 4, Billy.
I understand now, Tonio. I was saying that before we took 12. I was saying at the most 6. You get number 1 and 2. They get the buys and give us the best of the best. I don't want to see SMU. I don't want to see Penn State. I don't want to see Notre Dame. I don't give a fuck. Texas, sure. Georgia, absolutely. Alabama, probably. Ole Miss, for sure. Ohio State.
Ole Miss for sure is dead. That's dead.
Ole Miss should have made it this year.
That's dead. That ship can sail off for another 10 years.
Should LSU have made it over Ole Miss?
No, we played horrible this
All right,
year.
good, Cam.
But we
Shit.
did beat Ole Miss. So what are you talking about?
It don't
What does
matter.
that have to do with nothing?
What you mean? And they didn't beat LSU, they might would have made it, but they didn't.
No, we would have beat Florida. We would have made it.
Cam, let me ask, before we go to the best winners of the draft, Cam, let me ask you, is Garrett Nussmeier the best quarterback next year in college football?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Arch.
Who was Arch? Who was that? Living off his granddaddy name? Who was that?
Stop.
Who was that? What did he prove? He can run.
Oh, yeah.
He can run.
Oh, yeah.
He's the first man in the family that can run.
Arch could run.
That's true, though. He's
better than the granddaddy.
No,
He
he's
run
not,
better than the
bro.
granddaddy.
Arch was running that whole. It's a whole video about Arch.
Tonio.
Disrespect Arch like that, man. Archie, huh?
Tonio, you got winners and losers of the draft. Who's your winners? Real quick, let's run it down.
All right, so my winners, 1 through 6. Number
Hold on,
one,
are these in order?
yes,
Okay.
1 through 7. The winners of the draft: the Raiders, Patriots, Seahawks, Eagles, Texans, Rams, Chiefs.
Then the winners are the losers.
These the winners.
You put the Patriots in the winners?
The Patriots had a great draft.
I was upset, Cam, in the group chat, but then I went back. We got the best center out the draft.
Yep.
We got one of the best running backs in the draft.
100%.
Kyle Williams is going to be
And Luther Burden.
Kyle Williams got a chance to be a 3 through 5 wide receiver out of the rookies.
Oh, okay.
You say what?
What the fuck you mean? You say what? He got a chance to be 3 through 5 rookie wide receiver, like best.
And who y'all quarterback again?
We don't got no quarterback. I didn't say we
Okay,
didn't.
that's all I wanted to know. I want to know who's gonna throw the ball. I just
say-
want to know who's gonna throw the ball.
It just, man, we should have drafted Shedeur twice. Billy, who you got?
So my winners are, and I'm a little upset with you didn't say the Ravens. We got the best secondary player in the draft with Malachi Starks. The best edge rusher in the draft with our 1 and 2 picks. Got a great guard out of LSU. We got a great tackle out of LSU. We picked our new guy to replace Tucker. This is what happens when you're great in the draft, Sonia. You don't pick number 4 overall. You pick 27 overall. We can just add to the greatness that we already got. Hey,
y'all can add some Super Bowls to catch up with us. Shut up. Fuck wrong with you. Don't talk to me like that. This is when you're great. You're great in the draft. Well,
that's true. We don't draft Cole Strange. But anyway.
Never get that.
Are you gonna live that one down ever? Probably.
I'm never gonna get that in my life. I was mad. That's when I went to sleep on you. Bro, we drafted a fucking guard in the first.
No. That was the year. That was the year before. The next year, y'all drafted Cole Strange. The year you slept on me was Mac Jones. But anyway, that was a bad draft in general. That was a bad draft. But with the Ravens, right? Got a place kicker. We got a starting guard and a starting tackle in the NFL from LSU. You'll respect that, Cam. We got the best edge rusher in the draft. Led the FBS in sacks last year. Has some character issues.
We got the best lineman in the draft. I forgot about Will Campbell.
Who better than him?
Shut up, Billy.
Who better than him?
Will Campbell in the draft. Offensive lineman.
Yeah, I like the tackle from Missouri. I can't say his name right.
Who better?
The tackle from Missouri. I just said it.
Stop.
No.
But that's okay. That's okay. You got. I'll be talked off the hill.
I respect it, but no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna die on the hill. Like I said, I could be talked off. It's fine.
Also, the fans say they can't believe you smoking the cigarettes. They proud of you. They also want to know when Cam gonna start drinking.
Only has
He's
water.
been drinking.
Okay, I thought he only had water tonight. I was like, all right, Cam. But I also really like the Raiders draft. The only thing I didn't like is that they didn't get Shedeur. I was like waiting the whole time. I was like, oh, they're gonna take Shedeur here. They're gonna win the draft right here. I was literally it's because the Ravens, I think, won the draft all the Raiders had to do if they drafted Shedeur would have beat the Ravens out the draft. I like.
Let me ask you this real quick, Billy. Do you think Tom Brady was like, I trained him. I don't want people to think, it's some favoritism going on. I wouldn't have gave a fuck if I was me, but Tom Brady white. So white people think about shit like that. Black people, if Eric or Cam or you, I can draft it, I'm going to do it. That's my homeboy. But he better not be sorry. I'm going to talk about his stupid ass, but I'm going to draft him.
Yeah.
But you think Tom was like that or no?
That's what scares me about it. About the Shedeur pick itself is that Tom Brady wasn't someone – he only owns 10% of the team, so I don't know exactly how – if he was fighting for Shedeur, but the owner, Mark Davis, was like, nah, can't do it.
Tom Brady know how to do PR. If he was fighting for him, that shit would have gotten out. And if Shedeur starts doing good, we might hear some whispers of it if he was fighting for him.
That's a good point, Chris. But that's I got the Raiders. I like what the Raiders did in the draft. I really like what Arizona did in the draft. Will Campbell in the second round. I don't think they reached for the Ole Miss defensive tackle. A lot of people were calling that a reach. I don't think that's a reach. I think he was a first-round talent. Arizona just got him at 16. He was probably the 21st, 22nd best guy on the draft board at the time. But again, you're Arizona. You're not going to get him in the second, so go ahead and reach up. In my opinion, that's what the good teams do. You take who you know you're going to get, like the Lions did, who I liked. I like what the Panthers did. I would have took Matthew Golden for the receivers that the Packers got, Cam. I would have took Matthew Golden if I'm the Panthers with that 9th pick. The Saints covered. So here's the thing with the Saints. The Saints got who they needed to get, but they could have got better players at other positions. So I'm kind of sitting there like they did okay because they got what they needed, but they could have done better getting some guys they might have not needed, quote unquote. And I love what the Patriots did, like Tonio said. Got a receiver that was great. Got another running back that was great to help Drake May. I'm higher on Drake May than Tonio is, but they did really well with trying to quote unquote help him to get him there. The Patriots will not lead the NFL on offensive sacks. That's not going to happen this year. And I do like what the Dolphins did. I think Quinn Ewers at 7 is going to be the starting quarterback of the Dolphins come week 6.
Yeah, because what's the name? Tua might die down the field and get one more.
Tua fall in his house is over. It just bro.
And Quince fumbled the bag too. He fumbled the bag.
Did he fumble the? Okay, Cam, hold on. I'm so glad you said that. Did he fumble the bag, or was he going to be looked at like Dylan Gabriel? Because the only place where Quinn could have went was Oregon. Would he look like Dylan Gabriel? And we're like, okay, cool, you're good. All right.
He fumbled the bag. He should have stayed one more year for the $8 million.
No, because Steve Sarkisian was like, don't stay.
No, he wasn't staying at Texas. You know, they came out and said some other team offered him $8 million to transfer.
Who was the other team? Do you know?
They never said. They never
Oregon.
Said.
That was the team. Oregon was going to pay him.
Oh, he should have went to Oregon.
Hey, so let's just say Quinn Ewers took the $8 million. Does he get drafted next year? Probably not. He went on the 7th round this year.
Yeah, he get drafted next year. You see who got drafted this year?
He does the Dylan Gabriel thing, but I think Mike McDaniel's getting him is a big, big deal. Skylar Thompson almost beat the Buffalo Bills, the Super Bowl favorites, the AFC favorites. Skylar Thompson could have took that fucking Miami Dolphins team down the field. And
here's why I brought that up. He went in the 7th round, so it's conceivable to think that if he would have stayed another year in college, he might have gone undrafted, and then he's done making money for the rest of his life. So that $8 million for 1 year.
Draft year though.
How much did Colt McCoy make over his NFL career, being a career backup?
A lot.
$26 million. I'll take 3 times the money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, Chris. I like that.
I mean, he would have got $8 million for one season.
And he wouldn't have made $100,000 in any other year in his fucking life because he went to college to major.
He would have got drafted. Somebody would have drafted him.
Cam, who was your best draft?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Green Bay took a wide receiver. I got a little drunk after that. Can't even tell you what happened.
A little.
Can't even tell you what happened after that.
Cam, we're in the same boat, dude. Don't worry.
Hey, whoever took them Arkansas wide receivers, that might be the worst. Whoever took the Arkansas wide receivers. Garbo. I never seen Garbo.
You talking about Isaiah Lassaya?
Yeah, like he had like 500 receiving yards.
No, that was the Lions that took him. I think they did good.
It was better receivers left out there.
Yes, you're right. There were. I'm not saying there wasn't. There were better wide receivers, but I do think the Lions with Dan Campbell are starting to understand themselves, and I think they're getting players who are gonna be good Lions. If that makes sense.
But the Lions like did a whole overhaul, so all them other coaches are gone though. So we might not get the same Lions team again this year.
I think the Eagles had an amazing draft. They went out and got more SECU. They spelled E with the Alabama A and the G for the Georgia Bulldogs, and that's how they did. They just got better, and I don't know how the fuck we just let them do this, or the NFL too busy trying to keep Shador off the boards and just let the Eagles pretty much walk through the NFC again.
Probably. I hope it's a Dirty Bird Super Bowl.
No.
Cam, are the Packers making the Super Bowl?
Yeah, this year. It's our year.
We
got a better chance than the Ravens. Y'all can't get over all the Bills.
We were just in the NFC title game 2 years ago.
2 years ago.
When was the Packers in the NFC title game?
I don't know.
Was it 2 years ago?
I don't know. No.
Was it 5 years ago?
I don't know.
Was it 6 years ago?
I don't know.
Was it
McCarthy's last year? Did they go to the title game that year?
No, they didn't. The last time they were in the NFC title game was when they played Atlanta.
Ain't you a Cowboy fan?
Yeah.
Watch your mouth.
You're a Cowboy fan, man. I don't think there need to be any conversation.
No, wasn't it the year that they faced the Niners or some shit?
I don't know, man. Last time I seen Cowboys was great. I was watching a VCR. That been years ago.
Yeah, how old are you?
34.
VCR was a good time. Dude,
Yeah,
VCR, hey, underrated invention. That's a great invention. I got Training Day on VHS. That's one of my most watched VHSs I got.
You might say that's a classic.
Oh.
Oh.
Chris, do you have shut up, Billy. You're not Jake. Leave it alone. And you got too excited. Are you drunk again?
Yeah.
You can't hear by the way he's talking?
Yeah, I can.
Come on
now. You super drunk. Chris, do you got a bet or a best draft class or drafts?
Whichever quarterback works out. I don't have a specific team, but we saw last year.
Chris. Fucking pussy.
Exactly. If Cam Ward is as good as Jaden Daniels was last year, the Titans will be in the playoffs this year, and they'll have the best draft.
Nope, they got C.J. Stroud in that division. Ain't no way.
C.J. Stroud was great his rookie year and made Houston look great. If Cam Ward is as good as C.J. Stroud was his rookie year or Jaden Daniels was his rookie year, it's going to be Titans to the moon.
Cam Ward struggled against Cal, SMU, Clemson.
Hey, I'm not saying it'll happen. I'm just saying if it does. And then maybe your boy in the fucking Brick Shot You chat can be right about how a cornerback's more valuable than Chris Jones.
Carlos
That's
did have
another day, though.
I like the with Will Campbell. Tonio, who's the defensive tackle from Walter Nolan, right?
Yeah.
I like taking Walter Nolan. Everyone says they reach, but again, we always say these teams reach for players when they're just drafting higher and they're not going to get that guy in the second round. So go ahead and reach in the first because you know you're not taking – if that's your guy, that's who you're going to take. And then they got Cam, did y'all get Trey Amos from Ole Miss? I keep forgetting Cam's not an Ole Miss fan. LSU is Cam.
I think to answer the question, I think the Browns won it not because of Shador. I think they won the draft because they absolutely butt-fucked the dog shit out of Jacksonville to move back 3 spots.
Yeah, and take a first for next year, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to suck again.
Yeah.
Hey, we got 6 people listening. Who won the draft, you guys? Before we move on to the baseline, who?
You got to go through the worst.
Oh shit, Tonio.
My worst picks. Number 1, Saints. Number 2, the Vikings. Number 3, Cam's Packers. Number 4,
explain the Vikings one.
They just got cute, bro. I think they could have got a better guard than Donovan Jackson. I like Ty Felton, but I think it was something else out there. I mean, they did get defensive lineman from Georgia, but Kobe King, Penn State, fucking Gavin Bartholomew. They ignored defensive needs. They needed shit on the defense. They have no great corners at all. They could have got Will Johnson. He fell bad. They could have got him for Will Johnson went in the 4th round, right before Shedeur, or the 3rd round. They could have got him. And they made stupid ass trades. They only had 2 picks on day 3. It was stupid. The Bengals, they had a terrible draft. I just think they didn't go and get what they needed. They needed to protect the product. They needed to protect the money. They need to protect the money with Joe Burrow. They seen it. You get them time. They were 2 seconds away from winning the Super Bowl, Chris. We know that. If Jamar Chase beat the cornerback out the ball, and Joe Burrow just got his ass hit. And they didn't draft a guard until the 3rd round. I mean, I get it. Everybody want to play defense. But your money on the offensive side of the ball, you have a chance to have one of the most fiery offenses if you give Joe Burrow at least 3 seconds before he get his shit smacked. But they don't, and they didn't go. Appreciate it, Christian. I wish you would just come on the show, bro. But you suck. And we wanted to hear who was going to be Michael Vick. You probably thought Tyler Show was going to be Michael Vick 3.0, didn't you? Tyler Shut. Then you, Christian. Try. So yeah, my number five was the Bucks. I don't think the Bucks had a good draft. And then my number 6 was the Dolphins until the end. I think that Quinn Ewers jump might prove to be something for them, but I don't think they addressed a lot of shit. So yeah,
worst draft ever.
I don't.
I think they were spinning the wheel. Whoever landed on, that's what they took. Everybody.
I don't think. And Billy, you missed it, but I explained the Vikings, and you left. That was stupid to ask me to do that.
Well, I asked you so we can explain while I was gone.
Yeah. So yeah, I finished off with Cam Packers. They was ass in the draft.
I like them taking a wide receiver in the 1st round. I think it's about time.
Yeah, break the curse, and it's still not good.
You mad?
Not y'all.
Who was the last one? Was it Javon Walker? Was that the last one that drafted?
Sure is Mike. Shedeur has nowhere near the athletic ability of Mike Vick. Christian.
I think he trolled.
Does Christian watch the fucking games?
Does he just think black quarterbacks run the ball?
No, but I think
Christian, not all black quarterbacks are fast. You fucking racist.
I think that's why they said Shedeur didn't have standoff talent, because he don't just go and take that hole and run.
Look, if I can use a white word that we use to describe quarterback, Shedeur is quick.
You know what's funny is like during
He's
the
got
draft,
good feet.
Shedeur has almost no athletic. I'm not saying zero, but it's like he's so good at throwing the ball. He has like no running ability. He doesn't. Because
He's the stereotypical white quarterback.
Yeah. So Shedeur is the stereotypical. Just hold. He's the Peyton Manning of like, shit. There's nothing down there.
Let me tell you what Shedeur people gonna do because Michael Vick, I still want to run into whoever his cousin is up here and be like,
bunch of bitches.
You eat the tar, bro. It's Michael Vick. Marcus, eat the tar. You're not gonna be good in the league, Marcus. It's okay. It was good at Virginia Tech. Marcus, eat the charge. Mike didn't even know I had the keys to his house. I had all the dogs. Bro, when I get out of jail, Vic be done won him a Super Bowl, an MVP. He rich as hell. I'm gonna be rich, bro.
Antonio,
you seen what Mike Epps did for Booker? Hey, I gotta arrest you. You gonna fuck Gina, ain't you? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna fuck.
Antonio, what was the conversation we had? It was maybe about a year and a half ago. If that's you and you're Michael Vick and I'm a cousin, it's all me. Mike had no clue. He didn't know what was going on.
Yeah, shout out Chris Carter. Gotta have a fall guy.
And that's me. I'm the fall guy. I'll take it.
That's great. I don't know, bro. But
Princess died. Antonio, remember that? No, not her. Dang, that was my girl. Oh shit.
Yeah, bro. That's still the craziest shit ever.
I had the FBI talk. Hey, I was running that whole thing. I was running everything.
Yeah, bro. I'm gonna get you a Jewish lawyer, get your time reduced, and when you get out, bro, I'm gonna buy you your own house, and you can continue fight them dogs wherever you want to.
Hey, just put some money on my books, dude. I'm chilling. I'm hanging out here.
Get you all the cigarettes in a carton you want.
Boom. I got some trade in here. We're good. I didn't even smoke cigarettes back then. We'll be all right.
But yeah, I think Billy, realistically, this is one of the worst drafts we ever seen. I think it was a lot of star power or talent that was just left there. Not even including Shedeur. Will Johnson still should have went earlier. I don't give a fuck about the injuries. Kobe Bryant didn't get drafted. He was one of the better corners in the game.
Where did Kobe Bryant end up signing? Chris, can you look it up?
Atlanta.
So I was gonna say I do like it what Atlanta did. I understand they traded a first round pick next year, but they literally fixed. They had the worst pass rush in the league. They fixed their pass rush with 2 guys in the first round. I know they overextended, but they're not taking a quarterback next year because they got Michael Penix, right? They're not doing that. So I'm
30?
Huh?
Ain't Michael Penix 30 years old?
Shit, at least 30. No, he's 20. He'll be 28 next year.
Him and Tyler Schultz was roommates. Still don't get them. I still don't get them.
Were they? No, they weren't.
Nah, Brock Purdy and Tyler was. Brock Purdy been in the league 3 years.
Brock Purdy's been hanging.
Brock Purdy been in the Super Bowl.
Brock Purdy finna get his second contract. This motherfucker ain't even signed his rookie contract yet.
Bro,
Brock Purdy's been in the Super Bowl.
The Saints fans deserve better, bro. I'm just gonna say that.
It was kind of like
No,
you
they
remember with
don't.
Lamar. You remember when Lamar won his first MVP? It was like every quarterback that came out the next year after Lamar won his MVP, he was still younger than every quarterback except one.
Yeah, that shit's crazy, bro.
Hey, Antonio, let's take it to the baseline, man. We got about 15 minutes.
All right, but
Are you taking it there or you want me to?
you can.
Okay.
Gentlemen, report to the baseline.
To the baseline.
And they
How
really
Christian gonna call us a dummy when he thought Aaron, what the fuck his name was gonna be good?
Anthony
Richardson?
Yeah.
Whatever the fuck his name is. Who cares?
Sub me out, coach. Yeah, I was tired.
I was tired.
Hey, what that dude say after that UFC shit? My balls was hot.
My balls was hot, Joe.
That's what Anthony Richardson said. Hey, bro, it was hot as fuck on the field. Bro, so basketball has been extremely good, lackluster, and funny. First thing we're gonna do is talk about JJ, who just stormed out of a press conference right before this game because he asked, "Hey, bro, you know LeBron?" They asked him, "You know LeBron 40, and you didn't sub him out but 2 minutes in the entire game, and then in the second half he played the whole game with the rest of your starters. Why would you do some shit like that?"
He's the best player in the NBA.
I don't give a fuck, Billy. He's 40. God damn, if Luka can sit his fat ass down, at least let LeBron sit down for 2 minutes. God damn. So the thing with it, JJ,
what's the Lakers score right now?
I don't know.
I thought you were watching the game.
Eric, what's the Lakers score? I know you in here hating. I just what's the name? But I don't understand the no substitution thing. Well, we won't make it there before your Grizzlies.
Oof.
And if you don't get that, that's a Josh Celebration reference. Damn, Minnesota up 21-9? Yeah.
Is it Minnesota's up 21-9 or is it the Lakers?
Nope, it's Minnesota.
Son of a bitch. LeBron's playing 48 minutes. Fuck.
Yeah, this one over with. Luka got 2 early fouls. He trying to go back to Slovenia.
Fuck.
If we lose tonight, they gonna say Nico owed the yes, you are. Who you a fan of then, Shooter?
Shooter, we've done this 100 times, man.
We have.
Antonio, can we not chalk this up to it's JJ's first playoff run as a coach?
I mean, we can. We can chalk it up to that, but you take a job in LA, you know what comes with it. So no, you can't.
Hey, nobody started off hot if you only got 9 fucking points, Eric.
I mean, that's pretty hot in the NBA.
9 points? You only got 9? How hot are you?
In the first quarter? See, Shooter.
Are you a LeBron hater or lover there, Shooter?
Well, Eric hate LeBron because he went to Miami and he did the decision. That's literally why. He used to like him. He for the brotherhood.
Oh, for the blacks. Well, that's hard too in the NBA. What, you just hate the Lakers because they got Luka? What? I don't understand that.
Shooter hate whatever you like. Not you specifically. Just
99% of the NBA is black. That doesn't make any sense.
It's actually like 87%, which is strange because it should be 90.
87? Ain't no way.
He like Duke.
So you like the white players? That's silly. I'm sorry. I'm just kidding.
Well, he's a Laker fan by proxy.
I'm just kidding. Duke does have a lot of white players, though. I just.
So yeah, I mean you can't. You can't chalk it up. You can't chalk it up to that because you in LA. It's certain jobs that if you take them, you gotta be ready to be under that fire. LA, Boston, Joe Mazzulla. Joe Mazzulla had the Celtics good as hell after Buddy left, and they lost, and they was like,
get them the fuck out of here is what they was like. Tony, I'll finish your thought while you're reading comments.
What about Doc Rivers?
I'm trying to figure out what the fuck Christian is trying to say.
Christian don't never know what he's talking about. What about Doc Rivers?
Not for
him.
Hey,
give him credit for winning 3 games in a 7-game series. Don't disrespect Doc.
Nobody talks about me winning 3 games. And then that's the funniest shit ever. I don't know, man. He'll have next year to look at that. Hopefully, Rob Pelinka just signed an extension. Bro, go get a center. Somebody. Jackson Hayes played 3 minutes total this whole, and he looked trash.
Tonio, the Lakers have a chance tonight.
They already getting their ass whooped. It's over with.
All right, let's move on. Tyrese Halliburton's dad
would have beat the fuck out of him. Not gonna lie. I'm Giannis. I'm 6'11". I'm 250 pounds, and you come in my face, and your son, he not like that at all.
What flag was it?
I don't know, but it was. I don't give a fuck about the flag shit. It's what he was saying, because Giannis was reading his lips.
Hi, baby.
Probably. That's why I said they're gonna
a healthy AD. Hold it, you got a healthy AD.
But
that's way different.
Giannis had just lost, he had just grabbed somebody by the head and pulled him in, and that dude couldn't go nowhere. Why you old as hell? 5'7", 8-ish. And
Tony, I already know what you're gonna say, and you already know the answer to it because they know if these athletes touch them, they can get a payday out of it.
I don't know.
They know they're protected.
I don't know if you as an athlete's son gonna get a payday because your son got bread. I don't know because no normal person's on the court like that unless it's a Malice in the Palace, right, or something like that. You're gonna get your ass hit. But you actually just like we seen it. We seen it with T. Morant when fucking Uncle Freaky Sharp was about to beat his ass and told him he didn't want that shit. He was like, I'll beat the fuck out of you. And everybody talking about
I don't know if he'll beat the fuck out of him. He'll definitely choke the shit out of him, though. I do know that.
For sure.
You don't have any say in the matter.
For sure.
At all.
I just don't know like if people be thinking. Because like I said, Tyrese Halliburton, they ain't beating his ass with 2 broke ACLs. I'm sorry. Like, I don't give a fuck about that. And your dad want to try Giannis? Giannis is literally probably the biggest dude in the NBA right now. As far as muscle, strength, is Giannis, dog. Like,
Giannis could have pushed him to the other free throw line, shooter. He could have. Whoom. What's the Hadouken.
See, and that's what I'm saying. If your dad on the court and he like that, because I'm pretty sure Ja done told him, all right, man, I can't bring my guns in no more and shit. You on your own. And them Usher looking dance moves not gonna save you from no ass whooping. So you gotta do shit like that. Tyrese apologized, but we done seen it before. We seen when LeBron told Miss Gloria, hey, sit your ass down. When he was getting fouled by the Celtics, we done seen who else we seen say something to they people. I think the same series, Ray Allen mama was talking crazy to LeBron for blocking Ray Allen. Ray Allen then said, hey, mom, chill the fuck out. Like, we done seen this shit.
Next year, relax.
Yeah, it's the game is the game, bro.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Bucks, Giannis unfollowed the Bucks on IG.
Yep.
He gone. I think when they fired Mike Budenholzer, whatever, however you say his name, I think that works better. When they fired him, I think Giannis was like, you know what? I probably need to start thinking about my exit plan as well. And then they tried the Dame experiment, which you thought would work, but they gave up their key piece to winning when they got Dame.
Yep.
Drew Holiday, because he just went right over to the Celtics and won. Defense wins, hustling plays wins. Chris Middleton never became Chris Middleton again. The injuries took him out. This is Billy's first cigarette of the night, guys, so y'all should be proud of him. GG's in the chat for Billy and his cigarettes. So I just think he out of there. The question is, where does he end up, Billy?
Houston. Yeah, thank you, Chris.
I don't
know.
That
was the first thing I thought of, too, immediately. I don't know what assets they have to give up for him as far as players, but they're a team that's on the verge, and all they really need is that star to really push them forward, I feel like.
If they just had someone with playoff experience with this series in general, I think especially KD and Giannis, they could have definitely took Golden State to the brink. But I think Golden State just has.
They just beat Golden State tonight.
Golden State's gonna win the series.
They gonna beat them. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. But I think what you just said. I think the Bucks should make a play for KD. Get KD over there with Dame and let Giannis go play.
Dame ain't playing next year.
Yeah, so get KD over there, let him run that team by himself, be the star, and let Giannis go play some meaning for basketball.
Yeah,
with Devin Booker, because Devin Booker over there playing meaningless basketball in Philadelphia too, and it's KD, bro. Like it's KD. KD.
Let's be real. Devin Booker ain't played meaningful basketball his whole career except for the 2 years with Chris Paul.
Nah, he was still playing meaningful basketball. The team sucked. What the fuck you mean? What I don't get.
You're the star player when the team sucks.
You're the star player. You got to get him somewhere. LeBron took trash to the finals.
We can't do that. We can't.
Booker couldn't even get that team to the playoffs.
So Devin Booker top 15 in the league, right? I mean, in history right now. I'm asking
history.
I'm asking y'all.
Fuck no.
Okay, so LeBron is top 5 in history right now while playing. Stop comparing fucking apples and oranges, Billy. It's not
No, Tony.
No, the comparison is LeBron took his team to the finals. Booker couldn't even get them into the playoffs.
What y'all saying, but I'm saying like the caliber of player is different.
If you're a star player, you get your team in the playoffs. You'd be at least an 8 seed.
That's all I'm asking for Booker is get him into the playoffs.
Billy, well, I hate to say it, but getting them into the playoffs in the Western Conference, that's a little hard by yourself.
Again, so the West has always been stacked. That's not what I'm saying, Tonio. Give me a second. The West has always been stacked. Now, the new play-in is a little different. Now, when Booker came into the league, the 8th seed was still, if you get to the 8th seed, you get in the playoffs. Devin Booker was still finishing bottom 5 of the league. That's where I'm saying it's a problem. It's my same argument with Kyrie. Everyone says, oh, LeBron needed Kyrie. No, Kyrie needed LeBron. Kyrie had 2 seasons. What did they do? They finished worst in the league, and they finished second worst in the league the next year. And that's it's hard. Where I don't want to put D-Book in a position to where he should be, quote unquote, one of the best players in the league at the time. Because look at even Kevin Love, one of the best players in the league. He was getting Minnesota to the playoffs. Now they weren't doing shit, but he was getting them into the playoffs with fucking who was that point guard from Spain? Rudy, not Gobert.
Ricky Rubio.
That was his number 2 guy, and he was getting to the playoffs. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, because I told you he got the fucking jet ready to go to Slovenia. And
Antonio, let me ask you something real quick. The Celtics, while getting blown out, they did win a game. I'll give them that. We didn't say that they would get a game. We said Celtics sweep, right? Pablo Banchero is a dog. He's going to do something in the NBA, right?
Yes.
All right. I wanted us to be on the same page. I think he's going to be better than Devin Booker.
No.
Devin Booker, most games he won in a season before Chris Paul got there was 34.
That's good in the West with no team. They get you in the playoffs in the East, Chris. Billy, I'm wrong. Chris, I'm wrong.
I don't think crazy. You're wrong.
I'm not wrong. 34 wins will get you a playoff berth in the East, bro.
Tonio, are we not appreciating Golden State for what they are this year either?
I am. I got to. And see, when Shooter says that, this is the same dude that said Paul Pierce was better than KD. And that's how I know it's time to end the show. He said Pablo Banchero was already better than Devin Booker. He over there on that blue top vodka again, smoking moon rock, and it's getting late, Bill. We got to get up out of there. because that's asinine.
Before we get out of here, Antonio, who is in the NBA Finals this year?
It depends on how this Clippers. Stop lying, shooter. Cam was mad. It ain't close. You say
it is. No, Antonio, that's correct. It is.
Not, Billy, I'm not. You can't play basketball. You can't tell me nothing about basketball.
Antonio, I'll fucking put 30 on you tomorrow.
Okay.
Not tomorrow, on Friday, because I've been drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Depending on the Clippers Denver series.
Yeah. That's my favorite series so far.
That's them and whoever wins out of the Cavs. Boston got a couple injuries. Cavs look good. I think fuck Boston, bro. I'm going Cavaliers and probably Denver, dog.
I just want to say a rookie Ja Morant had a better record than Devin Booker that year in the West.
Oof.
Yeah,
Take that for that.
If I hold you at gunpoint, you're gonna lose the game too. Fuck wrong with you, Chris?
I would.
Hey, not as a rookie. Ja wasn't trying to shoot people up as a rookie.
You just didn't hear
not
about
publicly
it.
Anyway.
You didn't hear about it. We just didn't know. It was too many other people getting shot at Memphis.
Chris, before we get out of here,
you keep saying that.
The Celtics versus whoever the fuck decides to show up in the West. I don't know, man. Kawhi's looked fucking unreal so far, and Ant's looked unreal so far. So I think it'll come down to one of those two teams. But I don't think either one has a chance in fuck to beat the Celtics.
I got Boston, Minnesota, and I think Boston just gentleman sweep. Go on.
Yeah.
And I'll get me the Jason Tatum's 4 next year.
Hey, I wonder, do the Celtics do a deal with Jaylen Brown and some other pieces to get Giannis? So they've been talking about trading Jaylen Brown for years.
Yeah, I think the Celtics are on this thing, man. And Antonio, correct me if I'm wrong. I think they're doing that just to kind of have some tension in that locker room to kind of keep them going. No way they trade Jaylen Brown. Max deal.
Giannis and Tatum would be scary, man.
Hey, Billy, we gotta go, bro. This man said Indiana.
What the fuck?
Indiana, no way they get past. No.
Yeah, it's been a great episode. I don't know what episode this is, but when the alumni start coming and shit like this, it's time to go. Everybody drunk, and we got to get out. Indiana, come on.
It's going to be Devin Booker versus the 2014 Miami Heat.
Maybe.
That'd
be better than Indiana.
Hey, we appreciate you guys. Thanks, y'all. Hey, hit us up next week.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Brick Shots with Billy Antonio.
But fit them old bricks. Ballin' like a with all these bricks.